This is the new Alphacool Eisbaer Extreme kit. This all-in-one water cooling kit is the upgraded version to the standard Alphacool Eisbaer. This Extreme kit has a couple neat improvements and features that the normal Eisbaer does not. To start, you have the brand new Silent Wing 3 Be Quiet Alphacool hybrid fans, and they are 140 millimeter size fans. You also have inside of this window here, which you have windows on both sides, is a VPP 755 pump, the Eis pump. I'm not exactly sure how they jammed it in such a small spot, but they did. So there's a pump, a reservoir, a fill port, and the fans, the radiator, all of it is all mounted inside of this one unit. Coming out of the bottom here, you have your in and your out ports, that have already been connected to the water block. The water block is actually an Alphacool Eis block. It's the XPX black version of the block, but that comes standard with this Extreme kit. Another improvement they made are these quick disconnect fittings that are a little bit different than the Eisbaer. However, they work still the same. You can just unscrew them, disconnect them, a little bit of water comes out and you can tie them back into your system. Inside of the manual, it actually shows you how to tie it into the Eiswolf, which is exactly how this system is designed. It's just like the original Eisbaer, but these quick disconnect fittings are a little bit nicer to work with. The tubing is much more durable and easier to bend and move around. They also have a section here where all of the wires come out all at once. So you have your 12 volt power for the pump. You have your RPM line, and regulation line that will allow you to adjust the pump speeds. And then you also have this one connector that powers both fans, but also allows you to adjust them just by this one connector. So you can plug this directly into your motherboard and have your motherboard actually regulate the temperatures just with one connection, at least to the Eisbaer unit. Now on the block itself, the block also has a 3-pin power connector, and that's just to light up the Alphacool logo. So you can plug this 3-pin into any of the fan headers on your motherboard, and it should work just nicely. Now included in the kit are the mounting brackets for the Intel chipset as well as the AMD chipset. But another feature for the AMD chipset is it also comes with the bracket for the Threadripper. As you can see, the brackets are a little bit different. This one's a little smaller, which is for the AM4, and this particular bracket, the bigger one with the different hole spacing, is for the Threadripper. Now, these are all included in the kit and come with it standard. There's nothing else to it, pretty much, other than installing it into your computer. So the simple way of doing it is to mount it, obviously, with these mounting holes that are on top. The mounting holes actually have 3 different spacings, depending on how your case is aligned, and depending on where you can actually have, where you have holes accessible to mount these radiators to. On top of that, they also include long screws, very long screws actually. The longer screws allow you to mount additional fans onto the bottom of this radiator. So if you wanted to add 2 more Eis winds, you could. And then the smaller screws that are included in the kit allow you to mount the top here to the top part of your case. Now, this unit can be used in a wide variety of configurations. Mostly, you'll probably see it with the radiator up top going to the CPU block. Most of the time. However, it does have the ability to be used up and down. So you can have the radiator up and down and then have it go to the CPU, whichever your preference is. It doesn't necessarily matter what's at the front or what's at the back, whether you mount the, the in and out at the front of your case or at the back. One thing to keep in mind is that you do have a fill port. Now, this unit does already come full with water. You can actually see water on both sides of these windows here. But the the fill port is mostly for if you add it into another system. So if you end up taking this unit and combining it to the Eiswolf, you'll actually end up needing to fill it just a little bit more. Won't need a whole heck of a lot, but it will need a little bit more fluid. These windows also light up to show you a little bit of how the inside is actually flowing and how the water is actually moving in it. So this kit comes all together just by itself and pretty much ready to go. However, if you don't want all of this, and say you have an existing water block or graphics card and everything, and all you need is just the unit, they actually do sell the Eisbaer Solo. Well, that's actually called the Eisbaer Extreme Solo. And all that it is it's the top portion minus the tubing and the CPU block. But this also comes with the Eis1 hybrid fans. It also has, you know, your nice in and out port, the two windows on the side, and it has the 755 already built into the end of it. So all you'd have to do is add in your fittings here, fill it up with some water, and plumb it into your computer, and you would be all set and good to go. Now, these Eisbaer Extremes are available, can be purchased online, but they are very high demand at the moment because they are so good when it comes to performance due to the high-speed pump, the fast but yet large silent fans, and the way that the radiator is actually built into the shroud. A shroud actually has spacing in between the radiator and the grill, this honeycomb grill shroud that it has, to allow more heat dispersion throughout the entire system. So from the get-go, this thing is already set and good to go out of the box. If you wanted to buy the Solo, you definitely can, and add it into your system in any way, shape, or form. Again, it just has your in and out ports, and you just plumb it right in, and you'd be all set and good to go. Both of these systems are available now and would be great additions to any water cooling build.